Welcome back to the SunaStats football podcast. And wow, I don't think many people saw this coming. Portugal won, DR Congo won. One of the tournament favorites has stumbled in their opening World Cup match, and if we're being honest, Portugal can have very few complaints. It actually started perfectly for Roberto Martinez's side. Just 6 minutes into the game, João Neves rose highest in the box and powered home a brilliant header to give Portugal an early lead. At that moment, it felt like Portugal were about to take control, dominate possession, and cruise to victory, but that never happened. Instead, the game became slow, predictable, flat. Portugal had plenty of the ball, but they did absolutely nothing with it. There was no urgency, no creativity, no movement in behind, and DR Congo grew in confidence with every passing minute. Just before halftime, they got their reward. A deserved equalizer brought the African side level, and suddenly Portugal looked nervous. The second half, honestly, it was one of the most disappointing performances we've seen from a major nation so far at this World Cup. Portugal continued to dominate possession, but possession means nothing if you can't create chances, and that's exactly what happened. Bruno Fernandes was largely invisible. The attack lacked energy, and Cristiano Ronaldo once again became the center of the conversation. Now, let's be clear, Portugal did not draw because of Ronaldo alone, but the questions are getting louder. At 41 years old, does he still give Portugal enough movement up front against organized defenses? DR Congo played with a high defensive line for much of the game because they simply weren't worried about anyone running in behind them, and that's a problem. When defenders feel comfortable, teams become easy to defend against. Credit, though, has to go to DR Congo. I think too many people will focus on Portugal's poor display and ignore just how good Congo were. They defended brilliantly, they stayed organized, they were physically strong, and when opportunities appeared, they attacked with confidence. In fact, by the end of the game, they looked more likely to score the winner. And this is something we've seen throughout this World Cup. The gap between Europe and the rest of the world is getting smaller. African teams are arriving at these tournaments believing they can compete, not just participate, compete. And DR Congo proved exactly that tonight. For Portugal, there are serious questions to answer because talent is not the issue. Look at that squad. Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, João Neves, Vitinha, Rafael Leão, Cristiano Ronaldo. That's world-class quality all over the pitch, yet somehow they produce one of the flattest performances of the tournament. The good news for Portugal is that it's only the first game. The bad news, the knockout rounds don't forgive performances like this. And Roberto Martinez now faces the biggest question of all. Can he make the tough decisions if things don't improve? Because this World Cup won't wait for anyone, not even Cristiano Ronaldo. Full time, Portugal won, DR Congo won.